Hi, this is an emergency. This is an emergency shot because for some reason the video that I was supposed to post had issues and it was too late to. So I just have to think fast and then come up with something else. Welcome to the Kelly Willie Air podcast with the podcast bestie. Here we talk about experiences, we have fun. We promise to have a good time anytime we come here. And welcome to a new episode, which was supposed to be an old episode. During a church discussion, we were talking about how things in our lives could be idols that we may not know of. Maybe the first thing you wake up in the morning is your phone, how pride can be an idol, how different things in our lives can be an idol that we put before God. And I was talking about my idol, which is food. So I'm a stress eater. No, I am not a stress eater. I used to be a stress eater. Like I eat all the time. And I don't necessarily eat because I'm hungry. No, it was just something that I used to do to get rid of anxiety when I feel overwhelmed. I'm always eating all the time. So what I learned how to do recently was to chew gum. Yeah. I had a very big problem when it comes to eating. And I was telling my colleagues at church that a lot of people feel like, oh, it's a good thing because I don't gain weight. So everyone was like, oh yeah, it's a good thing because I don't gain weight. And a lot of people think that yeah, it's a good thing because I don't gain weight. But the downside to not gaining weight is for the longest time, there's always this body shame that you get. People talk about how fat shaming affects people who are thick, right? But I think we don't really talk about how there's also slim shaming, like how somebody was able to say pencil or something. Like people make fun of slim people all the time, and it's like we have to take a chill pill. Like you have to just be chill about it because at the end of the day you are not big. But it does affect our self-esteem as well. I struggle with self-esteem most of the time because of my appearance. Like I have a baby face, I look like a baby. Like I meet some of my friends and then they look all fine, thick, like they look their age. Let me put it that way. And I look the same way I was when I was in primary, which I'm grateful for. Trust me, I'm grateful for that. I thank God every day about it. But sometimes too, when it comes opportunity wise, like maybe there's some kind of jobs that they need somebody who looks a little more mature or something, and it's like, no, you have a baby face. They might not tell you, but you can tell because you enter the organization and you're like, everybody here looks old enough to be here and you just be looking like the odd one out. So there are some instances where having a younger looking face would help me, right? And then there are also the disadvantages where it doesn't really help, and some of it is the job, some of it too is how people approach you. Sometimes people tend to talk to me disrespectfully because of how I look. They feel like they're talking to some kid. They feel like they're talking to some little girl or something like that. Or they feel like they're talking to somebody who doesn't know what they are about. Compared to if they were speaking to somebody who looked a little more mature, the person had more body. Let me give a scenario. If me and somebody who was bigger walked in the room, we dressed the same, we look professional in a corporate setting or something, and we entered the building together. Everyone would assume that the thicker person is probably my elder sister or my madam, and will give her much more respect. They'll think, oh, I'm the personal assistant, and there will be differences in how we are treated. But for all you know, I am actually the madam, and she's my personal assistant. So you get what I mean. So people tend to talk to you anyhow, for lack of an appropriate English word. Yeah, people tend to talk to me like anyhow because they feel you know, like because they feel like because they feel I don't know how they feel what like that's something I also experience in the long run. And then it comes to the relationship side of things, right? The relationship side of things where A lot of boys I talk to would not admit, my male friends and talking stage, they will not admit, but you guys are attracted to the juicy ass boobs and the juicy ass bum, and and even when it comes to the engagement dresses and wedding dresses you see these days, they're so curvy, and I'm looking at my little self and I'm like, how is my engagement dress going to look like? Because lack of amenities, lack of the goods. So that's also a struggle. A lot of guys don't admit, they're like, oh yeah, we like slim things, but no, your behavior and some of the things you guys do doesn't prove to me that you're all about slim things. Like, I'm seeing you posting big boobs and big nyash, and you're expecting me to believe that, oh no, you like slim things. Action speaks louder than words, babe. So even my dad, there was a time we were watching Date Rush. It's a dating program. It's a dating show, right? We were watching Date Rush, and there was this thick woman. Hey, she was having the good, she was looking good, she was pretty, she had everything. And my dad was like, wow, this one day when you're paying right price, you know that you're getting value for your money. In the presence of my mother and I. And we were looking at him, we were like, and I asked him, so daddy, what about me? If somebody is coming to pay their bride price, they are not getting value for their money. And there was just awkward silence, and we just decided to continue watching the rest of the show. And to be honest, that was like, I know he just said it in the moment, like, intrusive thoughts, whatever. It wasn't probably that deep to him or something, but I get that a lot from other people, So slim shaming is a thing. Like, it affected the way I thought about myself in a lot of ways. It made me do so many things against my own self, because I felt like, oh, I'm slim, nobody likes me, nobody respects me, so it took a lot of it took a lot of prayer and trying to accept that, you know what, people like Tyler give me hope, because there are slim things, but they are good slim things. Tyler, Ira Star, Zendaya, Joan Noella, Miriam Owusu. Like, there are so many slim things also in the system that also give me hope. You know what? My body is tea, and I have to repeat that every day when I start feeling like, oh, I'm not cut out for something, or what, everybody here looks a certain way. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I had to start encouraging myself that no. So these are some of the things that affected my. These are some of the things that affected my appearance, how I see myself, how I used to um put myself out there, the perception I had about myself, how I used to handle things in my life, because I had low self-esteem. And people really didn't believe me, because they thought, oh, Eileen is outgoing, chubby and there, chubby and there. But most of the time, I was really worried about my appearance, because even when you are going to be introduced to your in-laws or your partner's friends or something, you know how guys be like, hey, your woman that, wow, your woman that, oh, your woman that. Yeah. So it's something that really bothered me for a long time. So, like, I do accept the compliments that, oh yes, forever young, you never get to grow old because you have a baby face, you live long, da 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 da. I do appreciate it, but for the longest time I struggled with body positivity and what's that word, with what's that word, self-image, like feeling good about myself and feeling that, I deserve to be in this room even though I look like the old one out. And that's something I struggled with for a long time. And I was like, anyone who's also going through that, we're locked in. I love you. And it's okay. You'll be fine. You're pretty. You're smart. You was smart. You was pretty. You was beautiful. You was everything that you're supposed to be, and you was. Mwah. I'm doing this before I go to work. Stop slim shaming. Because I remember there was one time, someone said my flat buttocks like plywood. Why? Why are people so mean? So some of these things like jovial, like joke. Sometimes when you're sitting alone, it will just be playing back in your head, and like so for the longest time I never liked wearing bodycon dresses. I think it got to a point I even stopped wearing jeans. Yeah, I was wearing palazzo, the flare kind of trousers, because at least that one it helped. Not only because my bum will disappear, and then yes, let it disappear, at least I know I don't have some, but it was also free to walk in compared to the jeans. You're showing everybody that you don't have a big bum. So yeah, I struggled with that for a very, very long time. A lot of people don't believe, but yeah, because of the little jokes people throw around, and even when there's like some kind of altercation, you're having an argument with someone, you're speaking with someone, and there's some kind of tension, and they start threatening you, like they'll beat you because they feel like you are small and you cannot fight back. Look, the only reason why I have never fought in my life because I take anger very seriously. There are people that have been in prison that should have not been in prison. Now we don't know what is going to happen if I retaliate, whether you beat me or not. I don't even want to know what will happen the day I retaliate in anger. So I will just leave the scene. And people will see it as, oh, because she's small or it's like some kind of weak. That's fine. It's okay. I don't want to know what will happen. No, I don't want to know what will happen because anger is not something to brag about. That, oh, if I'm angry, I'll do this to you, I'll do that. It's a very useless thing to brag about. So many of the time when you have like an argument with someone or like there's some kind of misunderstanding, people just tend to think, oh, because you're small they'll break you like a steak. Or but if I was bigger and there was some kind of misunderstanding, people will just slow down because they'll assume I can fight and I can beat them. So yes, and even when you're walking through crowded spaces or like you are in a clumped environment and people are walking, you tend to see people shouldering you and pushing you, like because yes, hey, please, I'm having feelings, okay? Especially Mokola. There are times when I used to be going to Mokola with Jifa, there's somebody who just deliberately, some of them is deliberate, who they just deliberately shoulder you and say, oh, Wafa, why? Auntie, why? No, why? Why? Slim things in Yeliba. Oh, so yeah, like there's a lot of bullying when it comes to being slim as well. So please, slim people are also human beings. Let's advocate for slim life matters. That's what I wanted to talk about today. I actually hope this episode was insightful. It taught you something that slim people are human beings, and please need to appreciate us more. We are not only portable for whatever reason you want us to be portable for. But yeah, we actually lovely people who have, so that's why most of the time you see that slim people or like people who are smallish, we tend to be giddy giddy all over the place because it takes a lot to prove that you're worth it, like you're supposed to be there, you also deserve to be there. And sometimes it can be so frustrating, so frustrating, like why. But yeah, I'm beginning to learn how to embrace being somebody who will never gain weight. But yeah, it is what it is. And I love it. Uh, in everything, there's advantage and disadvantage. But I am confident that my advantages will outweigh my disadvantages. Yeah. So that was all for today. I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. This time, I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to editing. that I will not edit late so that when there is a problem, I can rectify it early and not just do a last minute video. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Engage with me in the comment section. Share your experiences with me as well. And I will catch you in the next episode. Have a lovely week and a lovely weekend. Yeah.